How's it going? It's your guy just trying to figure out if a speed run's gonna happen. We're gonna talk about sexual education and things that could go wrong in your lifetime that you don't want to go wrong. And we're working those things out right here, right now. Diet changes are a big thing with sexual education, so we have to know if we're running into the right stuff. Alrighty then. So here's what the point is. Um, if you're, I didn't necessarily, I mean, I had an offer from a woman, but at the same time, my dick was a bit bigger than what she was asking for, and it got to the point where, well, if I did something with this woman, obviously I'm not gonna name it, or blah, I'm not gonna name anybody. Things could go wrong because certain sizes affect a woman's mentality, right? The you're acting like the female form is like a complicated thing. It's really not. The main thing is you got to worry about what they could handle and what they can't because their mind's affected by everything with the dick. Okay. So size does matter when it comes down to women and what they could handle and what they can't. If there's a preferred size within the woman, it's a preferred size for a reason. It's a preference. They can control themselves. They can make their own decisions. Things go in that direction. This is the problem. I'm bigger than what she was asking for or looking for. It could compromise somebody's entire reality because of how big I actually am compared to what I was shown. Meanwhile, I'm not sure how warm this thing is and what could stick and what doesn't. So I don't want to take the chance on fucking her up and this is what's going right. And then all of a sudden it's marriage, proposals, this, that, and she settles down into or gets used to it and everything's all right. And then she's like, I made a mistake. This is why you have to worry about your size versus the woman you want to be with and why and how and what originated within this conundrum here. So it could have a serious effect on a person's mental state. That's why I'm kind of not really rejecting it, but you kind of gotta look at it the right way. Wiener can be controlling. That's the point. I don't want to start my life off like that and then end up being like, okay, all right. Cause I'm like, I mean, women could do the same thing to a man as they could to, as a woman could do to a man. It's just, it's it's a back and forth scenario. It always is. But sex can be controlling, especially with the size of the penis. So it just gets to the point it depends on how warm she is, and it depends on a lot of factors that I would not know about entering the bedroom. So this is why it's safer to just kind of hold back and try to figure out what's going on. That's why dating is a lot like this and that, and you want to take your time before you stick your dick in somebody. You could change your mind within an instant. I went through this whole entire neurotic situation, but it taught me the safety of sex and, how things could be, and it would prevent a lot of the nonsense that would have been adapted to. And it's just like, I didn't destroy my love life over what was going on. You see what I'm saying? Like, you just got to look at it the right way. So what I've learned from my experience is far, far more valuable than what I've lost, whether it be jobs. That doesn't matter. That's not your entire life. If anything, those things could hinder you in life considering how they were. All right. This is where you're going to be looking at it the right way. You're looking at your entire life, the rest of it, until you die, until it's lights out, proven, gone. You know, you got to see what your body could do here. Okay. And when you understand that, that's when you granted the privilege to actually continue one of your most valuable life cycles. But then you have to understand what you're getting yourself involved in if things are going the wrong way to begin with. So I'm holding back on everything because I'm uncertain. But then we have size. Size matters. Even if a woman says it doesn't, it could lead into some shifts within you. When she says it doesn't, you're probably going to be looking at a problem because she's looking to control you. You need to kind of look at the problem because of how women know things, how cold your semen is, the consistency of your semen, whether she lets you come in her or not. There's a lot of things and controlling factors and things that they're trying to map out to make certain they're ahead of the game. Like you got to watch your back, man. Like sex is not simple at all. All right. But the problem is, I've never had it. I've been just jerking off in my room and teaching myself the valuable lessons of sexual education. These things would be extremely valuable to kids and like-minded individuals that are willing to give things a try. But at the same time, if a kid has been seeing this, always wear a condom and never question. Yeah, right. Never question what's going on here. Always wear a condom here. Okay. That one time you don't feel it is when you're looking at child support. Parents are pissed off. Everyone's going wrong, but we're trying to make sure everything is going the right way. Always wear a condom. That I learned a certain way with how things are, and then when things are out of control or in a certain conundrum, you're stuck in a fucking horrible delusional phase or a phase where you're loving this or loving that, and you're looking at divorces, you aren't certain of things later, and they're going to see it coming. They're going to be really upset because of what's going to happen. Your parents know a lot. Just make sure you follow what your parents' words are before you do the stupid thing of having a kid. You have to understand your body and your mind within. This is where we're at here, though. This is like, this is why I value, what I have left, but at the same time, I'm looking at things the right way, and I'm kind of ashamed of some of my decisions, but at the same time, sometimes things can't be avoided, and you got to be, watch out for yourself here. There's a lot of bad things in this world, but it's one of those things that kind of, you know, gets to me a little bit, or that nobody was doing the wrong thing. And it's not like I want to scare kids into not, into their teen years. Well, what's it about? What's going to happen? And it's just like not many people question it because they get to, they become like this, or they have, this is okay and that's not okay. They have the parents' approval, and they just let things happen and just let people live their life, which that's good sometimes. But to make a sound decision and understand the mind within and how the body functions within, there are two different things. Like when you actually have this thing going on, you have a lot of mistakes that you could make and that you shouldn't make. So you have to kind of be well within, up and down. So I approve of what's going on with myself right now, but at the same time, you have to be responsible and capable of handling yourself within these means. And I was set up for success overall. I just don't want to see this type of thing, even though I have in the past. It's just we're trying to live life and make things happen the right way. But yeah, we're going to attempt to run. It would be number 5 where I guess, get where I want to be. But you see the point. Now you look at where do you want to be in life? How do you want to take it this way or that way? It's just, I want to give sound advice to people maybe within criminal past or criminal activities that would like to present this to their kids and be like, this guy probably knows what he's talking about because he hasn't fucked up his whole entire life. Just a portion of it, regardless of what was happening, but within these kinds of things, it could give hope and just send a message to your kids, because sometimes you don't even know what the fuck is going on. And within this conundrum, if you're clueless, it would be better to listen to a guy that actually knows what they're talking about. And it's not that right. It's like you're acting like, all right, so this is like a pendulum. Like, you're not incapable of raising a kid. You just don't know as much as the next guy about keeping your kids safe, because you don't know certain things and people could prey upon kids. And this is just a safety measure just to make certain your kids are okay and they aren't doing the wrong thing and having kids with the wrong people. So it just promotes the idea of safe sexual experiences. Sometimes they'll make mistakes anyway, but this is a kind of an extended precautionary measure from the outside world that would allow them to succeed within the world itself. And it's not because, oh, this dick is this big. They still don't have the knowledge I obtained. It's just what happens when it's too big, how it's too big, what they wait for before they ask for marriage, and then when they leave. It's a little bit more of a precautionary measure when they start understanding what the body's capable of doing when things are erupting a certain way, even within themselves. It's the conscious nature of what being human truly is, especially with the diet change. Those things have to go hand in hand. So it's very important to understand what's going on within that in order to contain and control your livelihood and what's left of, people's sanity here. You just gotta see the point. This is just crazy man's knowledge. This is madman's knowledge at best. Like, I'm just showing you the obvious here. That's why I kind of pick and choose my battles here, and it's just like, if I was fucking crazy, delusional, and delirious, how are you gonna love a man that's fucking screwed up like that? You're just asking for a problem or some fucking altercation at that point. Like, come on, bitch. Like, give me a break. I'm so fucking crazy I can't even control myself at work. I try to minimize my fucking, I was so fucked up I had to minimize human interactions because of how fucked up I was. Like, there's nothing I could do about it. But at the same time, the place was so fucked up, it didn't even matter. It literally doesn't matter. That's what the point is. And I wouldn't kill anybody. As long as I didn't kill anybody, everyone was cool with me. So they were just like, yep, as long as you don't kill... I got a message on my phone saying, yo, as long as you don't kill anybody, you're fucking fine. I'm like, alright, no problem. That was all they were worried about, me killing somebody. That was it. But hey, man, I kept control of everything, and everything was good, man. I learned a lot, man. I learned so much, and again, some people like gotta take advantage of this moment in time. Some people need to look at it the right way. You gotta learn by doing, you know? Like that's what the point is. So I learned a lot by doing, and I learned a lot about like truck driving and CDL positions and all this other shit. And it's just like some people they don't understand it and they take it for granted. But these are the thing, and I'm starting to read into like fraud and stuff, and even upon applications, I'm checking things out. So I'm getting a kind of like not really an upper hand, but kind of a warning, like maybe something could happen. And it's kind of weird. It's just based upon my CDL application. I'm like, well, what the fuck is going on? That's gonna, inspire someone to commit fraud. I mean, like, my life isn't really that much better than everybody else, but I just know a thing or two. I just haven't fucked up my life, and just get to the point. It's like, I'm not in the ghetto, but it's just I mean, I am, but I'm not really. I mean, I'm surrounded by pretty women. Black Lives Matter? Amazon? Like, damn, girl, like, what the fuck? How do you walk around with such big dirt? But at the same time, if I know what I'm doing, or at least I think I know what I'm doing, then I'm all right. I wouldn't say I completely know what I was doing. It's just like, when a guy says the moment feels right, then, oh, that's it. It's like sometimes you don't get that lucky. The moment is right, and you should probably say yes, and then don't feel forced into a decision. You got to check yourself before you wreck yourself. Your whole life depends on that kind of mentality, man. Like you gotta be ready for the unknown. You gotta be understanding of what you got going on before you take the chance. The leap of faith is just a mile away, but man, when it comes down to this type of stuff, this could affect everything in your life. That's what the point is. It's permanent within your happiness. It's just not what you're used to taking in your ass, but what you really